Hello everyone and welcome back to Teacup Tarot, and in today's video we are going to be talking about the energies for the month of June. So as usual you have three piles in front of you, and whichever speaks to you the most, whichever calls to you the most, you can pick that one, and we shall start off with the very first one, which is pile 1. Hello, and if you've chosen pile 1, these are your messages for the month of June. So we shall just start off with the very first card, and the very first one is the tarot card. This will sort of set the tone for the rest of the month, and the tone for the rest of your month is that of action, like things happening very quickly. It's almost like your life is gaining momentum, and I think this is such a fitting card because for a lot of us, I know the restrictions that we've been placed under are finally being raised up. We are returning to normalcy. A lot of us are getting back to work. So it's almost like, the pace of life is being restored. And now, from being in a place of inaction to now going on to a regular kind of life, it's going to be feeling like going from 0 to 100 in one go. So that is exactly the energy that I'm sensing for you guys for the month of June. So brace yourself. A lot of things are going to be coming your way very, very quickly this month. All right, so you have to be exceptionally strong for that. All right, see, understand this, it's not easy. We have all been indoors for practically 3 months, and after that, resuming normal life and the normal stresses of life is going to be taking a little bit more energy than usual. So you have to be strong, you have to channel that inner strength of yours. You need to also be a little bit more assertive this month. So possibly when it comes to your career, when it comes to anything in your life, you just have to be a little bit more out there. It's like ask for what you want and make sure you're getting it. Right, so that is the kind of vibe that I'm getting. And of course you have the Leo energy being presented here, and Leo is all about leadership, Leo is all about dominance, Leo is all about being fearless. So that is exactly the energy that I am sensing out here. Alright, so it's very, very interesting, and what makes it even more interesting is we have another card which has the lion on it. So again it talks about strength, but again this also talks about generosity. So possibly you might have to be a little bit more generous when it comes to some other people. See, understand this, not everybody is placed equally in life, and even when it comes to financially, I have to tell you, possibly you are going to be in a better position than a lot of your friends, possibly maybe some extended family or anybody around you. So make sure you just are on that lookout just to check if there is anybody around you that sort of needs your help or can really benefit from your strength, because you seem to have that in plenty. Now this strength can be financial strength as well. So if you're called to help somebody, if somebody is asking for aid, maybe financial or otherwise, if you can be that generous, I would request you to help them out. So you may be called to be a little generous than usual. So I think you will probably realize this month that you are in a way better situation than a lot of people around you. And I think once we go out into the world, you will sort of be hit with it a lot more. All right, and coupled with that, again, you have the compassion card, you have the kindness card. So of course you might have to be strong for somebody else is the sense that I get. And also try to be a little bit more kind, try and be a little bit more understanding towards somebody else's position in your life. This can be somebody as your spouse, because I know for a lot of couples, one person has a job, the other person doesn't have a job. So probably treating each other with a little bit more kindness is also an energy that I am sensing here, because what I sense here is possibly there is somebody in your life that now needs your kindness much more than, any other period in your life, that needs your generosity much more than any other phase in your life, so that is the kind of sense that I get. So you have to be a little bit more kinder, you have to be a little bit more generous, and you have to be a little bit more stronger this month. All right, again, you have prosperity. So possibly for a few of you, you are going to be in a position where a lot of prosperity is coming for you. I understand, the month of June for a lot of people brings promotions, brings good news. You most possibly can be shifting to another company, maybe you're getting a better job, maybe you're being shifted to a different position that brings a lot more blessings with it. So some kind of prosperity, some kind of abundance is definitely being poured into your life. This is almost like delayed blessings. It's like they were supposed to find their way to you sometime back, but now they're making their way to you sooner or later. But I think otherwise as well, prosperity is definitely something that I sense coming in. So possibly a lot of you are changing your jobs. That is again an indication, especially with the 8 of Wands. So maybe some news is coming in towards you, news of movement to another place. That is also something that I am getting here, or some news that will bring prosperity. Some financial abundance might come your way is again something that I get here. And the next one here is finding solution in unknown places. So possibly, whatever it is that you're thinking about, if you have been wondering about some things and just wondering as to what the solution for your particular problem is, so the sense that I get here is the answers are not going to be very, very obvious to you. Okay, so it's almost like, a place where you were least expecting in terms of finding your answers. You might get those answers from there, but something unexpected is what is happening here. But I sense a certain amount of healing coming your way as well, especially with the strength card coming in, and especially with finding solutions, especially when it comes to the darkness. So there is a possibility that you have been waiting for a deliverance for quite some time, and you're getting it now. So possibly finding your way out of lot of burdens, for a lot of troubles, is also something that I get here. And I think this experience is going to leave you with a lot of maturity, is again a sense. So June is a month where you will be expected to be a lot more mature, and of course you have those lunar energies very, very strongly coming in with the eclipse. So I think a transformation is going to happen when it comes to you as a person, and it's almost like a release. It's like a burden is being released from your heart. It's like, you're being shown the way out, you're being shown the way out of the darkness. You're being transformed into an individual who is very, very strong now. So that is another message that I get here. I think you're really going to become the person that you've meant to be this month, is the sense that I get. So it's almost like, finally it's like a culmination of years of wait, is what I am getting here. Something that you waited for a very long time is finally showing signs of life, is also another impression I get here. And coupled with the fact that you have healing the ouch, you're being healed from something, you're being brought out of a situation that was causing you discomfort for quite some time. And I think it's going to be a month of blessings for you guys, and this blessing is going to come in very, very quickly. It's almost like you were not expecting it, and you're being healed, you're being blessed, your life is being transformed, is a message I get. It's almost like, you're being transferred to a different level. And I think this is also a spiritual awakening of sort, is also a message that I'm getting, especially with the love, kindness and compassion. It's like you're becoming what you're meant to become. It's almost like you've been on a journey with your higher self, and you're finally becoming the person you've meant to become. is a very strong sense that I get here. But whatever is coming your way, it's coming very quickly, and it's bringing nothing but blessings for you when it comes to life. And what is so interesting is, I was just talking about this, spiritual development is coming, enlightenment is coming, awareness and understanding, so this is like the lunar eclipse at its best. I was not even expecting this reading to be anywhere close to it, but I sense whatever shift that is happening here is like an after effect of the lunar eclipse. You're being pushed towards a life that you're now meant to live. You're becoming strong, you're becoming independent, you're being healed, and as an individual, prosperity is coming your way. The maturity that needs to come through you is coming through you. This can also be spiritual maturity being transferred to a different plane of understanding is also something that I'm getting here. It's like transformation from darkness to light. The wound where the light entered you, you are now becoming a being of the light is the sense I get here. Beautiful transformations coming for you in the month of June. Things are going to be happening very quickly. Even materially you might prosper slightly, possibly. Of course, you're going back to work, so you're now going to be starting off with a regular pay. A promotion is also likely, but you're going to become a stronger person. You're going to become a person that you were meant to be is the message that I get here. So yes, I think that's about it from me when it comes to your June energies. Very intense energies, but transformative energies at that. Alright, so I'll just leave it at that, and I shall see you in my next one. Bye bye. Hello, and if you've chosen pile 2, these are your messages for the month of June. So we shall start off with the very first card, which is the tarot card. And we have here the devil. Now devil speaks about attachments. In fact, it speaks about attachments that hold you down. So what is it that is weighing so much on your heart? What is it that you're really attached to? And this is an attachment which is not very healthy, and it is recommend that you let go of these attachments. So for the month of June, really examine all areas of your life and really look into the fact as to what is holding you down and what is it that you now need to let go, because there is something that you definitely need to let go of, because you definitely want to thrive, you definitely want to become a better person, you want to do better in life spiritually, otherwise, so you need to let go of something is the message that I get here. You need to become a little bit more independent is the message I'm getting here. So really closely examine your relationships at this point of time, and also any addictions that may have, because that is holding you back. And what is interesting is the very next card is rediscover your individuality. So I think you now are getting into a place where you cannot really be dependent on anybody else for anything. This can be emotional support, or this can be anything like material aspects of your life. Are you somebody who likes to blend in with the crowd? Because that is something that you need to put behind. You need to become the dragon. Dragon is a slave to nobody. Dragon only listens to himself, and that is exactly the message I'm getting here. You need to get out of the shell here. You need to become independent is the message that I'm getting here. And what's interesting, you have the next card as independence. So you need to let go of those unhealthy attachments and become independent. For a lot of you, this can also be career wise. So this can be like leaving your job and starting your own business. That is also an aspect. But even when it comes to relationships, make sure that codependency is something that is not harming you. You're not so dependent on your partner that you cannot survive without them. See, when it comes to relationships, the relationships that thrive are the relationships where you are with the person because you want to be with the person, and not because they are the reason for your survival. Now please understand the difference between two of them. And also, independence is financial independence that is coming in. So possibly for a few of you who are still dependent on somebody else, possibly you need to now develop some wings and fly out from that nest, is the message I get. But make sure you take your own decisions, is the message that I'm getting. And again, you have the attachment part, so this is like a double message for you. So really re-examine your life, because I think there are certain aspects of your life now which will sort of hamper your growth when it comes to the future. So really look at what is it that you need to let go. Is it a career that has not been working for a while and you've realized that it has not been working, but you've been too scared to make that move? So I think you really need to sit down and re-examine what is it that you want to do with your life, because just staying with something for the sake of it because you're too afraid to make a move will not take you very far in life. So especially with the lunar eclipse energies coming in, you really need to re-examine the way you've been living, but also your relationships and your priorities for the future. Of course, I'm not asking you to do this in a day. Be patient with yourself, but take the time to examine your life, is what seems to be the underlying message here. Be still, like sit on that yoga mat, get up early one day when everybody else is asleep, make yourself a cup of coffee and really sit and reflect on your life, and really write down what is working for you, what is not working for you, what is it that is now holding you back, and what needs to let go. What is it that you need to let go? These can be possessions as well, because moving forward, of course, this way I sense it is you cannot continue the way you've been working. You need to become a newer person and you need to rediscover yourself. It's almost like a rebirth for you. The June energies for you are going to be very intense, and they're asking you to really take one hard look at your life. And I think this comes even when it comes to your health. You really need to take the time to reflect on the health challenges that are coming your way, because oftentimes what happens is we tend to ignore the little signs that our body gives us, and what happens is over a period of time they tend to become bigger things. So especially if there is something small that is bothering you right now, make sure to get it checked. Make sure you're really looking at it well, and make sure you're treating it, because I think that is going to be very crucial. So really detoxifying your life, really detoxifying your health is something that is exceptionally necessary. And of course your mental health is also another aspect of it. But an energy cleanse, food cleanse, a body cleanse is something that really needs to happen, and you need to be able to see clearly now. And possibly after this period of self-reflection, you will be in a better position to make long lasting decisions for your life. And I hope you're able to do that right now, because like I have been talking in my previous videos as well, because we are sort of entering a very intense period of our life, and what has been happening up until now cannot continue anymore. So you need to look at your life very clearly and very objectively now. It's almost like you need to look at your life as a third person. What would a third person tell you if they look at your life? If they look at certain health issues that you're facing and the way you're looking at them, what would they tell you? So really examine the way you've been living your life and where your life is headed currently. When you see where your life is headed currently, I think you are in a better position to decide if that is a place that you want to go to. Okay. And listen to what is happening around you. When it comes to this specific card, the listening card, the message here is pay attention to what is happening around you. So of course this can be when it comes to other people as well. What are other people saying about you, especially when in a work situation? What is being spoken about you when you're not present? So make sure you are really have your ears out there. Don't be very oblivious to things that are happening around you. You really need to take charge of your life, and you really need to start listening. You have to sort of pay attention to what is not being said as well, like things that are that are very easy to miss, things that just come between the blanks. Those are the things that you really need to be paying attention to right now. So I think the month of June is going to be a very intense month for you, and I think reflection is the focus, because even the last card is about reflection. It's about paying attention to your finances. So I think the message here is very clear. You just need to sit and re-examine the place that you want to go to. What is it that you now want to achieve in your life? What are plans that you have for your life? Where do you see yourself 10 years down the line? Where do you see yourself 5 years down the line? So you really need to re-examine your priorities, but money happens to be one of them. And make sure you're not wasting it where you shouldn't be wasting it, because the money that you save today can come in very handy for you tomorrow. All right, so there is a lot you need to think about for the month of June, and I really believe in your abilities, because I know you guys are very wise and you have the capacity to turn your life around should you choose to. So I will leave you with this guidance here, and I really trust in your ability to turn things around for you. So guys, make it happen for you. All right, so when I see you at the end of June, I will see a newer version of you, is what I get here. All right, and I'm really excited to meet that newer improved version of you. I shall see you then in my next video. Bye bye. Hello, and if you've chosen pile 3, these are your messages for the month of June. So let us see what we have for the month of June. And we have the 9 of Pentacles, which is one of my favorite tarot cards ever. So 9 of Pentacles, just look at this lady. She is having a time of her life. She's around abundance. She has money here. The trees around her are bearing fruits. She has the produce in her hand. A beautiful bird is just sitting on her hat, and she's just at peace with her surroundings, is what I get. So that's exactly the kind of energy I sense here. It's almost like you're reaping benefits of something that you've sown, and you will enjoy those fruits of labor. I just sense your vibe entirely is going to be very interesting and very happy. And of course you have the Justice. For you guys, I pulled 2 tarot cards, so this is all about balance. So of course, don't get carried away. Having fun is also a message that I want to give you, but this is also a card about fairness. You just need to also weigh in your choices, is another message that I want to give you guys, because anything that you choose to do has consequences. So make sure whatever it is that you're choosing to do, you understand the consequence of that choice. So make a balanced decision and be fair about it, is one message I want to give you for the month of June, which is very interesting. Okay, the next thing that we have is know your worth. So really understand what you bring to the table. You don't really need somebody else to remind you how powerful you are. You never need to have anybody else tell you how good you are, how beautiful you are, how talented you are. Have it within yourself. Know what you bring to the table, because a person who knows what they bring to the table is an exceptionally powerful person, and that is exactly what you are invited to do. So especially when it comes to negotiating that salary, make sure you know what you bring to the table is a message that I get here. So dream some new dreams is the sense I get here. But this is also collective good, so this is like doing good for the people, whatever it is that you want to do in the future, make sure you're planning for a collective. So I sense the message here is, a community work is something you may be called to do, or you just want to do something good for somebody, out of the generosity of your heart is a message that I get. Maybe you're being called to do something good for your family, but this is the collective good, so possibly this is not just happening to you, this is happening to a group of you, but anyway, it's just an exceptionally positive card is what I get. And coupling with the fact that this is coming with a happy family, so something good might be happening in your family. I know for the month of June a lot of people were meant to get married, so yes, for a few of you this could be potential marriage, or just this could be spending some good time with your family, with restrictions regarding movement getting out from the month of June. This could be meeting your family members after a lot of time and really spending time with them, or just getting out and just breathing again is also something that I get. Or possibly something good is happening with your family, or you're planning to do something good for your family. But I think the happiness of a collective is what I get here. Okay, again, the message that we have for the month of June is cleaning house. So whatever that is not serving you needs to now move out of the house. So possibly you are being called to give out old things, just to clear out the old energy. We have been indoors, and not everything has been functional. So if you now want to make those donations, just give out those extra goods, now might be a good time to do that, possibly to somebody who can make use of things that are just lying around in your house. But this is also cleaning out old energy and bringing in new energy. So overall the feeling is just a very good feeling. You're feeling energized, you're feeling happy, possibly your health is improving, and you're just feeling good after a very long time. I for one know I am very excited for the month of June. I just feel the month of June is going to be full of promises and just beautiful. Yeah, so make sure you are cleaning house, but this can also mean keep your surroundings clean and declutter. Okay, so the next message that we have is wholesomeness. So it's almost like the message here is very repeated. It's about know your worth. It's like you are complete within yourself. Any other person now coming into your life is just additional happiness. It's just additional icing on the cake. Just look at this lady. She is like, she's achieved everything for herself. She has a money, or she has a produce, she has a growth, she has her little bird with her. So she's very fulfilled in her own life. So anybody who now joins her will just be an addition to the party. So that is the kind of message here I get is don't really feel like you need somebody else for you to be happy. You are a complete person within yourself, and learn to be happy in your own skin. Learn to enjoy your own company, so that another person, when they come in, will also enjoy that. Just learn to be happy on your own, and just be a stronger person, because the stronger you get, the better things are gonna be for you. So the month of June is really forcing you to become the person you've always meant to be. This is like finding your own element is what I'm getting. And I sense, for you guys, especially your group, number 3 is always the magical people. You guys possibly are very much into spirituality, or you're people who like to do good by others, So now you're being called to do exactly that. It's like get into your element, become what you've always were meant to become is the energy that I get here. And you are a strong person, so own that strength. You really need not wait for anybody's approval to be a stronger person. Just own yourself. Just look at her, she's such a badass, I love her. Sekhmet is like my favorite. Like, she has alliance, she's sitting there being all queen like, and she doesn't have any excuses for it. She's not apologizing for being the queen, she is all owning her element, and that's exactly what you're called to do. Be the badass person, come on. Yeah. Yes, and how fitting is this? You can achieve great things. So you have the complete capacity. It's like you are the full package this month. Anything that you now set out to do, you can make it happen. Or it's like, you just realize that now, you probably reached a point in your life where you feel like, okay, I have reached a position that I wanted to reach. That is what I'm getting here. This might not be financially, this might not be relating to anything else, but you will just start feeling better about your position in life. It's like some weight is lifted off your shoulder, is a sense that I'm getting here. And of course, with the lunar eclipse coming in, a lot of people will finally be in their own element. So I think that's exactly what is happening for you. You're becoming this force to reckon with, is the message that I have to share for you. So all power to you, my friends. Bravo. I am so proud of you. So proud of you. Alright, and for a few of you keeping in tune with this message, this is also a light-hearted and carefree time. So of course, possibly some of you are catching a break from something, or something good is happening and you're celebrating it, or just the fact that the restrictions are now being relaxed slightly. You're just really happy about that, and you just feel better. I know that happens when the restrictions go up. You just now tend to feel freer, and you're just gonna be feeling a lot better about yourself in the month of June. Yeah. So all good things coming your way. I'm excited for your pile, and you should be excited too, because these are amazing energies to have for the month of June, and I'm so excited for you guys. And let me know what happens with you guys at the end of the month. Please do that. Please come back and leave a message as to what amazing things happened, what amazing adventures were you on, and did you become the badass person you were meant to be? Okay, so yeah, I'll just leave you to that, and I hope you enjoyed the reading. Honestly, I have really enjoyed channeling this for you. Yeah, and I shall see you in my next one. Bye bye. Enjoy.